we need to recognize people have seen the church abuse the ways that they use money. It doesn't sit right with them. And so we need to be prepared for these conversations. So let's talk about how we can develop people. These are people that we're trying to influence, right? These are people that Jesus has maybe called us to develop. Let's talk about how we can develop people with wounds around money. First thing you need to do is you need to acknowledge the abuses. Right? You don't want to skirt around them. You don't want to avoid talking about them. So I'll give you some examples. There's actually someone in this church who I talked to whose parents, at a different church, at least I hope so, whose parents got a bill for their tithe that they had not given for a period of time, right? So the church sent a bill to this family and said, hey, it's time to pay up what you owe. Okay, so that's a little disturbing. I know somebody else who the church wanted to build some new statues. And in the process of building those new statues, what they did is they wanted every family to contribute $5,000 to the building of these statues. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't just have $5,000 lying around to give up instantly. And so that's concerning. So this is what they said, because they anticipated this. And so when they went to families, they said, well, what we would like you to do is we'd like you to take out a $5,000 loan. And you can pay that $5,000 loan back with interest to make sure that we can build these statues, right? So this is all very concerning. So we have to acknowledge the reality that churches and even pastors have lacked integrity, both in how they raise money and how they use money. And that's a reality that we should not hide from. So with that being said, I want to give us two categories that you can take to your acquaintances, to your friends, to talk about this issue of money if they're truly interested in hearing what you have to say. So there are two categories of church giving. There is shame and coercion giving, and there is vision and mission giving. All right, so let's talk about shame and coercion giving. Shame and coercion giving use you and your money as a commodity. You are a data point that contributes to a particular set of resources for the church, right? And so more people equals more future projects and more resources. And people in this category, churches in this category, they will put you on the spot to have you make a decision, right? This is the bill, this is the loan. They'll tell you things like, if you give now, God will give you more later. Right, so that's shame and coercion giving. But let's talk about the other kind of giving, vision and mission giving. Vision and mission giving calls people to believe in the purpose and the mission and the message of the church. It gives you a tangible role that you can play in that mission. It helps you see how your money is advancing the cause of Jesus. It comes from a heart that is motivated by love, that is seeking to love more, and it believes that the local church has hope for a world that is hurting.